Well. This is it. This is it. Big game, big Saturday night. Got the prime time spot all for the marbles. This is kind of what you ask for when you are a sports fan and you want to see what's going to bring the best out of your teams. Of course, let's get this thing started. My name is Lawrence Johnson, Big Law, Seven Cities. This is Seven City Shoptalk Sports, broadcasting to you live from the beautiful state of Virginia to all over the world. Of course, we want to thank you for joining us in another episode of our brand of dysfunctional camaraderie. And as of now, this shop is open. Okay, man, there's so much going on right now. Of course, I got one of my co-hosts here. My other co-host will hop on here. This is a pregame show for the rivalry game, and it is a rivalry between Virginia Tech and Virginia. If you didn't think it was because Virginia had lost a lot of these games here in succession, in a row, whatever you want to call it, there was a fight on the field earlier. The guys are getting into it. So something means something to somebody, to someone's team. But let me get in here. AB, how are you doing, everybody? This is AB. She's lady of the house of Seven City Shop Talk Sports. How you doing, AB?
I'm good. I'm so excited for this game. We had to get
I
on the
am.
road. We had to get on the road because I had to be at home, ready to go to watch these boys.
This is crazy because there's so much at stake. There's people missing. Like, I mean, right off the bat. I mean, what do we got? We got about 40 minutes before kickoff, is what they say. A little bit, maybe a little bit more. But so right off the bat, we got quarterback, the two starting guys, the first and the second stringer for Virginia Tech is out, and our guy, who's our typical starter, is out as well. So this will definitely be the battle of the backups. What's your opinion on that? Let's just go ahead and jump into that right quick. What is your opinion of that, and how that's going to affect what's going on for this evening?
Well, I mean, for us, it's going to be a great thing, in my opinion. I mean, we all know that we have two good quarterbacks. I think that they both could be better if we had a good offensive line to protect them. But at the end of the day, they're both great. They're both really good quarterbacks. The positive for us is that we have a very strong defense. Even with the injuries that we've had, our defense has been able to withstand and keep us in a lot of games. And so, in my opinion, this is going to be a very defensive, powerful game on our side. I mean, this guy is the third string. From what I've read, he hasn't even taken a snap in a collegiate game. So, he has no experience coming into this game on the collegiate level. So, I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited to see it too. Oh, here's somebody else too. It's one of my other co-hosts. This is Chad Wood, our resident Skip Bayless. How you doing, Wood?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. Big game. We were just talking about this game being awful. The marbles. It's everything. It's what you want is for a bowl game. Everybody's out. What's going on? Kobe Carnes in the building. Obviously a huge Tony Muskett supporter. He's in the building. Also, shout out to my man Kevin Stidham. He says, we're about to get our butts. Well, okay. Calandria is out. Oh shit. He says we may have a chance. There's so many angles to this game. You got your what is it? What was it? Was it Twilight? We had Team Jacob and Team. What's the other? What's the vampire boy name? What's his name? Whatever. But you had a vampire and a wolf. So people were like, well, "Who you for? The vampire or the wolf?" This is the similar thing where you have Calandria and you have Muskie. You have two people very split on each side of this team. And my man, of course, Wood has been calling for Musket since like maybe the third game of the year. And of course, when I made that statement yesterday when I was getting the news, Wood goes, "Hey man, it's about 8 games too late or whatever." He said something. It's just crazy. So let me get you, Wood. How do you feel about just coming into this game with all the different storylines and caveats to what we have going on? This is probably one of the most exciting last games of the year for Virginia football. And then we also just mentioned the fight. When was the last time UVA actually got into a fight pre-game? Talk to me, Wood. What's up? It means, like I said, it means something to somebody.
Well, at least they didn't bring out the pepper spray like they did at Michigan. um,
Yeah.
so this
What,
game, you
what,
could actually make the argument that AC should start the game, because he can move better. And I don't think our offensive line will hold up. If it does, I think we get a good shot to win. But this game's going to come down to their defensive line, our offensive line, which I don't really trust. But you could
Can you rewind and say what you just said?
I said you could actually make the argument for this game. AC should start, I guess. But the last 7 games, Tony should have started. But Calandria, at least he can get out of pressure. He makes a lot of stupid decisions, but he can get out of the pocket. So I don't know. Musket it's got to be scripted and drawn up. He gets rid of the ball quickly, so maybe that's what they're thinking to offset the pass rush. Because what's that boy's name? Dorian on their defensive line. I think he's second in the nation in sacks and obviously first in ACC.
He's an animal, yes.
So I think that's where you win and lose the game. But I don't think our line can hold up all night long against their defensive line. Maybe I'm wrong. And then again, they have a guy that hadn't played much at quarterback. I think he's starting. So, like you said, who knows, man? This is crazy. We got a new quarterback. They got a new quarterback.
Yeah,
it's a night
we're on
game
number
in
2.
Blacksburg. I'm sure they got the wine flowing.
I'm sure.
But I don't know what to expect, but I think their defense.
You mean the Boone's Farm?
Yes.
You know,
That's
they
down
out
here.
there. You know, they got the Boone's Farm. If we drink Zimas, they drink Boone's Farms, right?
But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be crazy because night game in Lane, so that's crazy enough. But like, there's so many variables that I can see us getting blown out, and I can also see it being a close game. So I guess we'll see soon.
Me too. I'm kind of in the business of, the storylines of the quarterbacks. Yes, that's gonna always bring storylines when you have quarterbacks that in starting. Then the whole blow up on message boards online that talked about Anthony Calandria is not even with the team. This, like I said, this has been one of the most busy, explosive media times for this football program, and it's right before the biggest game of the year. This is something they can do, something that Tony Elliott has said that he thought that he could do, is get this team number one to at least a 500 to a bowl game. All this is happening, but then you got the whole, I guess, incident that said that it happened at the end of last game, which is the reason why Calandria is not playing. You want to enlighten maybe something you heard about that, AB?
I just heard that there was some type of altercation between Calandria and somebody unknown. Don't really know what the altercation was, but all I know is that there was an altercation, and that's what lost him the spot.
Okay, all right. And speaking of a Hokie, there's our resident Hokie, Amy, hit in the building. Amy, we gotta see your face, girl. This is game day. What's up? There you are. Okay, and she has on her sweatshirt. Okay, so she's ready to rock and roll as well.
They got a house with pictures on the wall at Lane Stadium.
She's got a VMI sweatshirt on. What are you doing, Amy?
Oh, it's a VMI. Huh?
They got pictures on the wall at Lane Stadium.
Hey, it matched the pants I have on.
You look like you're at home.
I am at home.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds like fair weather to me. If y'all had 10 wins, would you be at home?
What? Yes, I'm not going down there on today, like a day like today. Ain't no way.
So let me talk to you, Amy. Let me ask you the same question. All the turmoil, different quarterbacks on both teams. How do you feel about this, and how do you think this affects the game that's about to happen here in about 30 minutes?
I don't know. If our quarterback plays the way he did the other night, we'll be good. Your quarterback, Musket, I think he's a better quarterback than Calandria any day. I mean, I don't know now. I don't know. I don't like Calandria.
Okay. All right.
I think he's a very selfish player.
Okay. All right. And that may be the case. In some folks' eyes. Now, what is Ethan saying?
He said 55-7 tech. He ain't doing nothing.
He's saying he
Okay.
can't get on because he's driving, but he can text nonstop when he's driving.
And he driving a tractor trailer truck.
I'm gonna need him to just drive.
Right. What's going on, Ethan? If you can get on, man, get on. I mean, unless you really are driving. My man James is saying they need to play like their lives depended on it. Blood, sweat, tears. I hear you, James. That is true. So you know, I'm in the school of, you know, is this team ready to take the next step? I mean, even though all the turmoil, all the craziness we've been through, okay. And then there's Ed, okay, with Seven Cities, another host. I got all my hosts on here except Ethan. Big game tonight, 30 minutes from kickoff. And I ask you as well.
Thanks for noticing, Seawood.
I wanted to ask you, Ed, as well as I ask everybody else. How do you feel about the changes for this game as far as with the quarterbacks, and how you think it'll affect the outcome?
It's a little it feels a little bit like desperation, but it makes sense to me. It's just, it's not his. Usually when coach has said so and so is the starter, so and so is the starter. Calandria only started when Musket was hurt. To the best of my knowledge, neither one of them is hurt now. So the changes. I'm not saying the change is wrong, but it feels a little bit like we're grasping at straws. I don't know that it's going to make a lot of difference, to be honest.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's you're what over the last decade.
Is Musket a senior?
Yes.
Yep.
I would say that's probably why he's starting him.
Why not start him on senior day too then?
That's true. Last home game of the year.
I mean, if I were going to start him in one game, I'd start him in the last home game, not the last road game. But coach never calls and asks me, so.
He don't talk to anybody, does he, but himself?
Well, sometimes yourself is the only person that'll listen. Trust me.
Hey, who's that running back?
For us?
Yeah.
I think Pace is back.
I thought he was out.
Okay,
he's
wow.
not warming up.
So I got a full slate here. Ethan just logged in as well. So here, all my hosts for the Seven City Shoptalk Sports are on at one time. Go ahead and take a picture of it while you can, because it does happen where we have the whole team on here. What's going on, Ethan? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just been a busy day and ready to watch some bad football,
Okay. Yeah, I see, Ethan. So you, as far as the quarterback controversy, let me let you comment on it as well. How do you feel about, well, maybe not a controversy, but the being that, hold on one second, everyone. I'm trying to.
Yeah, why we got so much feedback?
Yeah, I got
We're
it.
not muted.
Somebody's unmuted.
Let me see. Yeah, I was saying, there we go. So I was saying, Ethan, what, how do you think this is going to affect the game, being that we have Musket starting, good or bad, for the outcome of this game? And of course, Virginia Tech as well.
I don't think it's bad on Virginia's side. I mean, they're both, well, Calandria hasn't performed well lately, but they're both decent quarterbacks. But when you look at Virginia Tech, that's the X factor. You don't know what you're going to get with this guy. Is he another? He could be like Calandria, his freshman season, he comes out of nowhere and it's electric and takes over this game. Or, I don't know if he's a pocket passer or if he's a mobile quarterback to scout for Tech. But, I mean, that's the X factor right now. Well, you don't know what you're getting out of this guy. You know what you're getting out of Calandria, and you know what you're getting out of Musket. So, the really biggest part of this game for me is, the Virginia run defense, because I believe his name is Tut for the run back for Tech. He's been pretty good all season, and we have a horrible run defense that's stopping the run. We've gotten
What do you
rushed
mean,
on.
Tootin'? Talking about Basil Tootin'.
Yeah,
Is he playing? I
Basil
thought he was
going to
out.
run all over the place.
Is he playing tonight, Amy? For
Is he
sure,
playing?
I thought he was playing. I thought it was
I
like
thought he was too.
75% on Thursday.
If he's
Okay.
playing, he's rushing for 250. We're not stopping him. He's rushing for 250 on us.
Man.
I'll take the under.
I call him King Tut. He's
I
King
say
Tut. I know he's
uh,
tooting, but I'm calling him King Tut because he's gonna be king all over us.
yeah, I think I'll take the under on that as well.
Can I get some of that too?
Yeah.
I put $1,000 on the
Hey,
under.
hey, man! How about them Cowboys?
Well, we'll get to that on Tuesday.
AB, take it over.
So yeah, so let's get into this. Let's get into some of these storylines with the fighting. How many do you any of you folks have a chance to see the fighting on the field pregame?
Yeah, I love to see the scrappiness. I love to see that.
It goes against what UVA, I guess, is their persona or their culture for what they're supposed to be. Remember, we're supposed to be a certain type or act a certain type of way. This totally goes against this kind of cries or screams of like a team in like Miami or but Ed, I know you probably want to comment about this. Go ahead, Ed.
To me, it sounds an awful lot like you've lost your composure already. You know Tech's going to be chippy. You can set your watch by it. You know how they're going to do. Why are you even reacting to it?
I don't know.
Eventually, get tired of Big Brother smacking you in the mouth. Eventually, you got to smack him back.
I had two brothers.
So
I mean, if you watched it though, you saw them like coming at us, and I think we just obviously defended. It's not
Okay.
like we initiated it.
Then
I
that's
think
different.
it was more we were just trying to do a walkthrough, and they came through, running their mouth like always. Sorry, Amy. And I think one of our guys just, kind of defended himself, and it turned into some scrappiness. And I mean, I like to see it. It shows that,
Yeah,
there's
if that's
passion there.
If that's what happened, then yeah, that's fine. This sort of I was going down a rabbit hole the other night, and apparently Tech's kicker was interrupting the marching band at halftime because he needed to practice.
That was
so that sounds about par for the course.
Yeah, what was up with that, Amy? With the kicker and the band performance, what was going on with it? Did you see that
today?
No, it was last week.
A couple weeks ago, I think.
You're gonna have to give me a day because I wasn't.
I think it was last game. The band was trying to perform, and the kicker for Tech was
He's
like
doing
in the middle.
His second half warm up.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, that is something that I guess.
Was it the Clemson game?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was Clemson.
I can't remember who it was, but it wasn't Clemson.
And they were trying to get him just to hold up and move, but he
wouldn't listen. He just kept doing his little warm up thing.
I just knew that he was going to kick one of the band members or kick the ball into one of the band members because he was just, I don't know. I just felt like it was something that could have been done in a different way. But Amy, AB, did you see the? You told me about the tickets. How about that? Did you hear about that, Amy? AB has said that she had called me with the ticket prices and how, for some reason, which has never happens at your stadium, there's like tickets everywhere.
That's like because there's no students there. Everybody's home for Thanksgiving, so the student section's been opened for regular people.
But it's not just the student section.
You said it, I didn't.
It's everywhere. And tickets were not, usually you get online and you try to buy tickets and they're like $150 a pop. These tickets were $30. There were some in there in the 20s.
I have no idea.
I've never seen that before.
I have no idea. I'm sure the stadium will be packed out as usual. The
Yeah.
student section may be light, but the
No,
stadium will be packed
no
out.
thanks to you, obviously.
Yeah, no, I ain't driving 3.5 hours down there and spending the night and then turn around, come back tomorrow. Not happening. Not happening.
Not happening. Well, I can tell you this is going to be a game of angriness. It's going to be a game of conviction. I think it's going to be also be a game of.
If Pride
Uh,
loses this game, he's gonna get fired.
I
Just
think
telling you now.
you can have that on. Possibly. I'm not saying it is going to happen. You can have it on both sides. Where
I guarantee it. But I'm telling you, if Pride loses this game, he's fired.
He should be.
Wow.
Because the alumni are not having any of it. I'm telling you.
Well, from a what did they call you guys? You guys were hopefuls for the new playoff for this year
Yeah.
before the season.
Look
and
how
then
well that happened. And look at what happened to Miami just a few minutes ago.
Syracuse upset them.
And
Yep.
Miami will not be playing for ACC championship. Clemson.
So you got SMU and Clemson. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And Clemson took a L too.
Yep.
Against South Carolina. They, to me, I just felt like they should have won that game. They just, their quarterback.
With that South Carolina quarterback that committed to Virginia and left when Bronco left. With
Frank Beamer's son as a coach, who should have been the coach at Virginia Tech.
I mean, is Virginia Tech a destination for him? Do you think? Is that like a dream job for him, or is South? I know South Carolina's probably
Nightmare's a dream, isn't it?
Say that again, Ed.
I said a nightmare is a dream, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a bad dream.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Now he likes Wi-Fi.
They got Wi-Fi out in the barn now.
They wired it up.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, this is going to be a game of games. I don't know where to go. I don't know. We're going to have to do some predictions here pretty soon. What would you like to add before we start getting into predictions? Looks like we have about 17 minutes before kickoff. I'm going to start with you, Ethan. Give me your prediction on the game.
You want a score or overall prediction?
You can give me both.
I mean, my score is like 55-7. We're going to get garbage time touchdown in the fourth quarter when they take all their starters out. And then
You just know this is a Virginia podcast, right?
I think that as long as Muskie plays the whole game, I think he could probably throw for like 250 yards.
If he throws a 250, we better score more than 7 points in garbage time.
I mean, that's just a guess. I mean, we could score more in a touchdown, but the thing is, they're going to have to protect him. I think he'll have to make a lot of long plays on third and longs because we're undisciplined and always getting holding calls and false starts and silly penalties. We don't need if you're a disciplined team with a good coach, but I'm not going to get into that part. But I just think that he's going to have to make a lot of plays and his yardage is going to rack up with low scoring.
That's scary that we have the third quarterback for Virginia Tech starting, and folks still feel the same way. Let me come to you, Amy. Give me your Peggy Moore, Cole Wood in the house on the building, Laura Rogers Eaton. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peggy Moore also. She says 34-28 is the score that she is predicting. Let me come to you, Amy. What do you think the score is? What's your prediction?
35-14. Tech.
Okay. All right. And what's going to happen?
If they can protect him, he's going to score, and Tootin and the other running back are going to run it right down their throat.
Okay. All
Good
right.
50 yards.
All right. Let me come to you, AB. Give me your prediction and your score.
24-20 Virginia.
Any happenings? Anything you want to add to that?
Nope, I'm just going to keep it at. Lucas, what's your prediction? What you got?
I'll go
27-20 Virginia's Lucas. Ma,
27-20.
what's your prediction?
Go ahead, blow them out, Mom.
How's Mom doing?
She's good.
Okay. Now I know she had that bad fall.
Pitt, come on.
See, you don't even have to be on camera. I can.
Mom said 24 Virginia. 24-20. Mom said the same thing I did. 24-20.
All right. Let me come to you, Ed. Give me your prediction.
I think this game is going to set the game of football so back. I wouldn't be surprised to see the single wing breakout. 23-17 Virginia.
23-17. Okay. And let me come to you, Wood. Give me your prediction, man. 15 minutes for kickoff.
Ran that single wing in high school, Ed. We put up a lot of points.
I was about to say that's what they're running nowadays. A modification.
It is. It's just a single wing stretched out a little bit.
That's right. That's right. You got to account
I'm
for the
going to go
quarterback.
27-24 Hillbillies.
Oh, 27-24 Hillbillies.
Y'all do realize you're playing in Blacksburg, 8 o'clock in the dark, and it's like 22 degrees.
Against a quarterback who's never played a collegiate snap. Come on, Amy.
In a half-empty stadium with a high school quarterback. Got it.
I'm just saying.
I'm going 24-20 Wahoos. I think that they're going to try to keep him contained and give him a lot of looks. Coach Rudzik is very good for that, giving different simulated pressures, giving some pressures to make a quarterback make mistakes, keep him in the pocket. Then, of course, I'm looking for our DBs to – it's going to come down to the guys up front, sure, but our DBs are going to have to cover those those talented guys they have on the outside and their run fits got to be tight because outside of not even just Tootin's is who he is. They have other great running backs behind him. That's the scary part about this. The run fits are everything today. Everybody stay in your gap. Do not overrun the play. Keep the formations tight. Run fits tight. Isn't that right, Wood?
Yeah, don't overrun it. They kill us with cutbacks all the time.
That's exactly right. That's right. Have your run fits. So now that we kind of got our predictions, who's going to be available for halftime? I will. Who wants to do halftime?
Depends on the score.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm in.
Are you going to be home, Ethan, by then?
Possibly. I gotta drop the kids off at the grandparents and get gas, but
okay, you gonna be able to be on, Amy?
I'll be there.
Or does it depend on the score too?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Hey, Amy, show Lucas your sweatshirt.
Can you see it?
He's a cadet.
Well, all
right.
Nobody tell him that's not how you spell tech.
So here we go, guys. Let's go. So big game. All for the marbles. This is gonna be a whoever wins goes to a bowl game. And then hey, if whoever wins, especially if the Wahoos win, we might be able to plan a trip. We all might be able to go to a bowl game. Who knows? But let's get through this first. So Pop Watson III is gonna be the quarterback for them. And a kid, I think he can run as well. He has good wheels.
That's really his name?
Yep, Pop Watson. Well, I think it's Willie Pop.
That's his nickname.
I was just
makes me think of that candy, Pop Rocks.
Right. Chris West says Jim Beam 24, Zima 20. Jim Beam 27, Zima 24. Tim Wright has 20. What do you got here? He has 21-17 Virginia. And Cole Wood, 35-28 UVA. All right, cool.
Go to bed, boy.
So, let's get it, man. Let's get it, y'all. So we'll all be back on at halftime. It's going to be an electric atmosphere already. The guys were fighting. It's going to be scrappy. This is something that you usually don't see from UVA. Pregame. The kids, there's something emotional that's been going on.
There's been a lot of fights today.
Yeah, there has. Well, rivalry week, so we're going to get that.
Yeah.
Carolina, NC State just got into it.
Who do you pull for?
Oh,
They hurt each
I got
other.
to think about that one.
But let's go. Looks like they got Musket on the screen. 15 minutes, 40 seconds to go. All right, y'all. Let's get on. Viewers and listeners, we appreciate you guys. We love you. We'll see you at halftime. This is going to be great. To be, 15 minutes left, look up in the stands. It seems like there's a lot of seats, like AB said.
That's just because the little students aren't there.
I think it's the cold weather. The tractors won't start.
But that's never been an issue.
5 wins is why.
That's never been an issue, even though.
No, 2024 has been a weird year. That's all I'm going to say. Just a weird year.
This is true. All right, guys, let's go. 15 minutes to kick off. We'll be back at halftime. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Go Who. Let's go. Wahoo.